Good morning guys, gals, non-binary pals, how are you all doing today? My name is Infobread, and welcome to the Puzzle Advent Calendar 2025. This is a collaboration between puzzle designers and video creators to make one brand new puzzle every single day for the time of Advent. In the description you will find a playlist for all of the videos in the calendar, as well as the link to the channel for tomorrow's video. Now my entry for the calendar is similar to Tetris, but not quite. Here's how. As you can tell from various other videos I've posted, I like shapes. Specifically, squares. This is not a square. Deliberately so, in fact. If I compare it to an L-shaped piece, you can see one side does not reach the top, but if I rotate this, it does. These are now flat. So this is not a square, and this is not exactly 2 squares long. We have that of 2 units, that is a little bit longer. All of these pieces are deliberately wrong. So this video is not going to go about the build process, but I want to talk about the design and the ideas mostly. So first of all, I started with standard, regularly sized Tetris pieces, and I wanted to make a board to go with it. In this case, a perfect rectangle, because a different Tetris-related puzzle I've made previous had a rectangle with 2 cutouts, because that is exactly how many squares are in Tetris pieces. So my original idea was, how can I fill these 2 spaces in the corners? My options were either change the pieces or add more of them. Changing pieces seemed fun because there's 7 in total, which is reasonably easy to just fiddle about with and randomly stumble upon the correct answer. So the CAD software I use is called Burr Tools for all of this nonsense, and there is a button in there for doubling the size of all of the pieces. I started with standard Tetris pieces, taking this square again as an example, and instead of being 2 squares by 2 squares, I doubled it to 4 squares by 4, and then manually added a 5th row to the side, so that's a very slight rectangle. I did that, honestly, for every single piece, as well as the straight bar, instead of being 4 squares. Now double that to 8, then add 1 for 9. That is really as much as I can do about explaining the design process, because most of this was trial and error. I would take the standard pieces, double them, and then add some extra things. Rerun the solution simulator, and just repeat until I have a correct solution. All the pieces you see here form exactly one solution, and something that I find very satisfying is this board is still technically slightly too big. One of the pieces, when put in here, could wiggle about slightly, which I think is funny, so I kept it. If you want to try to solve this yourself, the 3D printing files for this are in the description. Thank you for watching, and I do hope you enjoy the rest of this calendar. See you all next time.